Hi, everyone, and thanks for joining me on this episode of Val Talks Pets. Have you ever been at a loss to find a dog walker or sitter and wished you could find one through a trusted and easy process? Well, today I have Tanya Emma Elessen from Pawzy, an online Canadian app to do just that. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Val Talks Pets, the forum for pet parents and enthusiasts alike. Having been in the pet industry for more than 15 years now, I am going to share with you issues and questions that arise as I work with pet parents on a day-to-day basis. I am not a veterinarian, but I do have certifications in canine, feline, small animal, fish and herptile, and avian health and nutrition from the University of California, Davis Extension. Hi, Tanya, and welcome to Val Talks Pets. How are you doing today?
I'm great, Val, and thanks for having me.
Well, it was very interesting that what you do. So you have a very interesting company, and you've got it called Pawzy, which is very cute. But you are sort of like a network, as far as I can understand. Had a pretty good look through your app, which is another thing. It's an app. So why don't you start by explaining what it is that Pawzy does and how it works?
So, Pawsy started with a pretty simple question. Why is it still so difficult for pet owners to find people they genuinely trust to take care of their pets?
Right.
At first glance, it looks like a problem, a regular problem that many platforms have solved in terms of a booking and a transaction standpoint. But we wanted to go past that and really bring in a community feel to it. So, like many pet owners, like myself, it's not difficult finding someone nearby to trust or to take care of your pet. The problem is the trust and knowing who's taking care of your pet. So pets are not, a package that's being dropped off or your lawn being mowed. They are part of the family, and they're someone that we love. So having that relationship built through a network is difficult. It's more transactional marketplace rather than community based.
That's interesting. You're really true. You're right on track there for sure, because yeah, you can get the neighbor to come in and look after the pet, but what if it's something ongoing and you need someone who's a professional, so to speak, come in, and how do you find these people? Yeah, that is the big question. How do I find someone, especially if you're new? What if you're new to an area and you don't know anyone?
Absolutely. And that's actually the question we were trying to solve, is being pet parents, we're obviously trusting the people we know. So friends, family, neighbors, to take care of our pets while we're away. And what we're trying to bridge here is really the gap between the trust level that we have with our friends and family and the marketplaces that we don't build that trust. That doesn't build right away. So that's why Pawsy exists, is to actually bridge that gap and bring in or encourage people to communicate rather than just book a service and move on. So pet owners want ongoing relationships. Sorry, excuse me. That's that's Caesar, my pet that wants to play right now.
Okay.
Okay,
Well,
can we get the
I'm
bottle
just going to
back?
put a mark there. Yeah, we will get rid of that.
Yes, please. Okay, maybe later. All right, later. Okay, sorry about that.
No problem.
So, should I go from pet owners want?
Yes, good plan.
So pet owners want ongoing relationships, and they want familiarity, right?
Yeah.
So they want communication with the person. They want to feel like it's more of a community rather than a marketplace, and most platforms optimize on those transactions. We're trying to optimize for trust and relationships, really.
Okay.
And it's not an easy task to take, obviously.
No, I could see that. I mean, yeah, you do have to build this. There's no doubt about that. Now, you are working with an app. That's correct, right? So you've created this app for people to be able to go on to Pawsy and book what they need. Now, I've noticed that you've also got other services too. So we'll look at, first of all, the how someone operates with the app, and how did you get that going?
Well, I'm a product designer.
Ah,
So,
there you go.
so I've been working as a product designer for a good over 15 years now.
Mhm.
And this came across from a personal emergency, let's say a situation that occurred to me where I really needed to find someone to take care of my pets, and I couldn't.
Mm.
So I looked into other platforms, and that brought me into the idea is like, yeah, but how do I trust these people?
Yeah.
And there isn't an option to communicate with these people prior to booking them, right? So you'd book them, you'd have a conversation with them, and then you'd move on to, having that person come in and take care of your pet. So what we're trying to do is actually encourage people to talk within that platform, within the app. So we allow people to chat. There are a few features that are more community driven, and that's where we're getting into the community side of the app. And as you mentioned, there are some features there, and the main features that we are looking at is reporting a missing pet, stray spotters, right? Pet adoption. So these features are there to build that community because as pet people, these are available, but they're very fragmented. You find a Facebook page, a WhatsApp group to do this, another area to do adoption. So what we're doing is we're bringing all together into one platform to give that build that community around pet lovers and people like us that are.
Interesting. Yeah, that's I I think that the idea of being able to like the lost pets, the adoptions, and all the different things that you can navigate through the app, that's perfect. And then being able to communicate with the person that you're booking, that's going to either walk your dog or come in and look after the pets. That's really important.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. I mean, from as you know, you're a pet parent. I'm a
Hmm.
pet parent, and that is really important. I feel like it's a little stifled when a platform doesn't allow me to do that before I book.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, that needs to happen. That has to happen, or else how would a person trust to book that service with that service provider? But not only that, it's building a relationship.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not a matter of, it's a one off. And, it's like, no, they need that ongoing relationship because in case emergencies do arise, you need to have someone that you can lean on to come
Yeah.
in and take care of your loved pets.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the best part too, is being able to, you have to have it. And you can actually, I read that if the dog is like, it tells you when the person's arrived, where the dog is, and you can track them out on their walk, and
Yep.
that they've been delivered back home, and that kind of thing. So you can really be very hands-on knowing what's going on with your pet.
Yes, absolutely. Those features for us, we want to know where our pets are when
Yeah.
they're not with us. So we have that GPS and we have that in-app communication where you can actually message the service provider and tell them, oh, okay, that's not we know there's a cat down that route. Maybe take that route.
Yeah.
So it's all a part of it so that it kind of keeps everything transparent between service provider and pet parent.
Yeah, that's a good idea, because what if it's like they're going down a certain thing and you could say, "Oh, don't go there. There's a dog down there that just hates my dog, so don't go there." Right? Yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah, that's a
exactly.
great feature for that. So
Absolutely.
also you're doing training with your providers. You're doing a safety and care training. So how do you do that? So how do they say someone, you're out in BC, so how does someone say that's working for you in Ontario, how do they do this training with you to be able to make sure that they're, providing up to your standards?
Right. So what we're doing later on, right now we're still in the beginning phases, but eventually we're going to be doing some certifications through PSI, so
Okay.
that we make sure that they're leveling up their experience, and also a lot of the service providers, this is a long-term career for them. So we want to make sure they have the proper tools to be able to offer those services. So currently, and I think this wasn't in the first version maybe that you saw, but right now what we've done is actually everything is within the app. There is a training module. You do get the quiz within the app, so you're able to do the training and the quiz within the app to make sure that at least you have the basic training to start off with. So everything's in app, and if the service provider fails, they do have 3 times to take that tutorial and the quiz again.
Okay, so there's 2 ways to get into the app. So a provider is working within the app specifically for them. And then there's the other part of it where someone's going in to book people. This is not going to be meshed together in any way, shape, or form.
No,
Okay.
the pet parent is looking for the service provider, but the service provider has the tools to take the training and the
Yeah.
quiz to make sure that they're up to standard in terms of first aid, emergencies, in case things happen. Have that set of rules, let's say, to make sure it's a safe platform for people to work on.
Right. So it would be one of those things that are the providers required to have pet first aid courses that they take?
Right now, this is in the roadmap, Val. So we're definitely planning this for early 27, Q1 27,
Yeah.
where there will be certifications and first aid courses that they would take. Currently, because it is a platform at the end of the day, and we do care about the people that are on our. That's why we want to make sure we're giving them at least some basic tools to start off with, but we would be having them level up so that they can make sure that they are on par with what the pet parents require in case that they're taking on more difficult pets, or so we want to make sure that they're not in harm's way, nor are the pets, and that's our main mission. Is like we want to make sure those pets are safe.
Yeah.
And we've heard terrible stories, unfortunately, with other apps that we want to make sure that we're avoiding at this point.
I totally understand that. That is one of your biggest things, is you do not want to be in any way, shape, or form painted with the brush from some other things that have not gone well with other apps or companies.
Correct.
Right? Absolutely.
Correct.
You do not
Correct.
want that. I get that totally. So I'm sort of trying to figure out how you coordinate this. You even had mentioned that something about you were donating a dollar for every booking to shelters that's in the user's country. Are you actually out of Canada at this point, or
We
how
are
do you even,
global.
you are? So how do
We
you
are.
even coordinate this across other countries and other provinces? It just sounds like huge to me.
So we've currently launched our ambassador program. So some users come in and they want to be part of the community, not necessarily a service provider. So what we're doing is having area managers to kind of like, give service providers the tools, or have any questions or any concerns that they might have that we can answer to them. So we're actually putting area managers in certain countries right now. We are, and luckily we're in Portugal, we're in the UK, we're growing right now, the GCC area. So it's kind of like spreading because we've opened up the app to global. So when people are coming in, we're saying, okay, since you're the first one in this country, how about we have a little conversation, see how you want to play, if you want to play a founding role in the app, and kind of encourage that community build. Because what it is, Val, is really, we're trying to kind of like limit, let's say, carbon emission, right? So we want
Yeah.
people to work within their area. So we want each person that's in that service area to be owning that area. So let's say within that 5 mile radius, you own that area. So you can be the service provider for your community. So that is what our intention is with this.
This just sounds amazing to me that you have been able to do this and start moving into other countries like this. Like to be in the UK is huge because everybody there has a dog. Like when you're over
Absolutely.
there, everybody, and it's so pet friendly, right? Because when we travel in Scotland, we just love the fact that dogs are everywhere. They're in restaurants and hotels and ferries and you
It's a
name it,
free for all.
Oh, it's just they're just everywhere, right? So everybody has a dog or pets, so that's a great community for you to be in. So that's a rather good idea, is that to create sort of your manager, so to speak, within these areas that they can handle the bookings within that. So that's even better. And then how's it working across the country for you in Canada? How's it working with your other provinces?
We're doing well in Toronto, actually. We're
Yeah, I can
growing.
imagine.
So because it is very pet friendly. I'm officially a Torontonian, moved to Vancouver in the last couple of years.
Good
So
for you.
I am definitely happy that there's traction in Toronto, but as unfortunately, like all marketplaces, it really takes time to grow it.
Yes, it does.
So at this point, we're not really monetizing things. We're really kind of building density so people can build that community and talk to each other, and then kind of like push for those service providers to actually get bookings. At the end of the day, what we're doing with service providers that other platforms don't do is we're not taking a commission, right? So
Oh,
all platforms take at least from what I know, around 40% commission from the rates.
ooh.
So we've kind of done away with that. And we really want to encourage service provider. At the end of the day, they're offering the service, and the pet parent is the one that needs that service. So me as a pet parent, I would pay for the service, and I wouldn't punish the service provider who's giving me the service to do their job.
Okay, so so they're being paid. So the service provider is being paid through the because the person pays Pawsy, and then you will pay the service provider, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So the service in the onboarding, they come in, they do their verification, their quiz. Once they're verified, they actually select the services they want to do. And those services, they put their rates for them. So we have something called a smart rate guide. So based on each country, each province, each region, we have the bracket rate within that area. So it's up to them to put the rate that matches, or they can, like, we're just advising. It's an advisory, the smart rate guide.
Okay. Oh,
And from there, they're able to offer those services.
okay. So there's flexibility, is what you're saying.
Absolutely.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, because yeah, that's true. Because when you're working, like say your market in Toronto is going to hold a very different sort of financial perspective as opposed to say a smaller community. It's going to be very
Absolutely.
different. You're right. Because I could see someone in the city that's right downtown Toronto, they'll pay X for someone to come in and do this. But if you went outside and you say went up to where I live, someone would go, I'm not paying that. Yeah. So yeah, you do need,
Absolutely.
yeah, you're right. So yeah, I see it now. You're right. You do need that flexibility within that, or else you're probably, yeah, that's the only way to build it. Yeah, you're right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And for them to also feel at least confident that we're giving them that information so that they don't overshoot, because at the end of the day,
Yeah.
we really do want them to be active on the platform, not just kind of like, you know, like put a rate that maybe they don't know whether it's going to catch on or not, right?
Yeah, yeah. No, you're right. I get it because I mean I do know people that do this. One of my oldest friend is that's what he does in the city. Takes care of people's pets, goes in, walks, you name it, the whole bit. And then some other people that I know where I am, and if we're all together and they talk about it, they'll talk about their rates kind of thing. And there is definitely a difference between there because they'll say, "Oh, I wouldn't be able to charge that. No one would pay that here." And he
Definitely.
says, "Well, that's the going one in the city." So yeah, yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah.
discrepancy between city life and suburb life outside of the cities is very, very, very different.
Very different.
I
You
mean, they can
absolutely,
they can
very
make a
different.
good chunk of change, you know.
Yeah, it's very different. That's right. So now you have people that they're actually will board pets for you. So they're taking the pet into their home. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
We do make sure that they upload images because it's important for pet parents to see where their pets will be.
Hmm.
So if they're offering an indoor service and they have outdoor like a yard
Yeah.
or a garden, we want to know whether it's fenced, whether it's partially fenced, whether it's open, so that the pet parents can make an educated decision in terms of booking that person or not, right? So, and they can ask questions, ask them what the area that their pets are going to be at is.
Yeah, I could see that because if someone wants to, it's like, no, I don't think my dog would do very well in a busy, noisy place. So I might pick someone that's in a quieter area for that reason. Or if it's a bigger dog, maybe he needs a much bigger backyard, that kind of thing. And small dogs, we got to make sure that that fencing is completely right to the bottom so they can't crawl underneath, or the big dogs can't jump over the fence, right?
Correct. Correct. It's very important. Also, that's why we want to make sure that they do upload those images so
Hmm.
that we can kind of verify that the service that they're offering matches what the area or what their location is, right?
Yeah.
So if it's a boarding, then we want to make sure there's enough space. Depends on the pet, right? Because service providers do select the size of the pet as well,
Hmm.
so that they service. So that is all part of the onboarding, as they say.
Yeah, and then are you eventually going to maybe move into the to having service providers go and stay in the pet's home?
There is that is available.
Oh, it
Yes.
is. Oh, okay.
That is it's pet sitting.
Yeah.
So there is an overnight or a full day, depending on the requirement of the pet parent. That is also there for service providers to offer.
Okay, because people that go away for, a week or
I'm
2 weeks.
one of those.
Oh, yeah, exactly. There you go. You need someone to come and stay, right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I
we
prefer, me personally, I prefer my pets being at home
yeah.
because they're comfortable there, and changing that environment is, my dogs, it takes them 3 to 4 days to eat again, so I'd rather kind of like give them that place that they're comfortable in, and somebody comes in and checks on them.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, we were just away. We had, for a few days, and again, someone came and stayed here. And if we're away, same thing. Someone comes and stays. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's
The
that is
dog is
usually the default.
Yeah, because the dog is older now, and it would just be too upsetting for him to have to go somewhere else. It just Yeah, he wouldn't I don't think he'd do very well. I mean, he's pretty stoic. He'd probably go with it, but for his own benefit, it's better if he's in his home, because he is a senior dog now, so you don't want to stress him out.
For sure, absolutely, and that's very important for the pet also, to prevent that
Yeah,
unnecessary anxiety, right?
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So how long have you been doing Pawsy?
Well, we kind of officially launched in October, and then did a solid relaunch in end of April. We had some fixes to take care of, but right now we're fully operational and onboarding people.
That's great. And so you are a co-founder, so you have someone else that's working with you?
Correct.
Mm.
Me and my partner are running the app,
Hmm.
and she's more of on the ground community building, events, talking to people. So that's a lot of fun for her.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's good that you can do that together. So So basically that just really came out of the fact that you had your own need for something and you just found a way to fill it.
Pretty much, pretty much. I guess that's how most ideas come to life. And the thing is like I'm very passionate about pets, so I've always wanted to do something for pets.
Yeah.
So this kind of like really kind of builds on that, and the whole concept of giving back is important because as you mentioned, $1 from each booking goes towards a shelter or rescue in that country or in that area where that booking has taken place. So it's also making sure that other pets are taken care of, hopefully through this.
Yeah, giving back, that's always a really good thing when you can also participate in some kind of give back to the shelter animals and rescues because they really need it, obviously, right?
For sure, for sure.
Yeah, they really do. Well,
We're trying to eliminate the no kill thing. So yeah,
yeah.
that's big for us.
Yeah, I mean yeah, absolutely. I think we're in the same boat there. We definitely want to support where we can do um, whatever we can do. I'm lucky that in my area we have our our SPCA, and then there's
Mhm.
other shelters and rescues as well. But the SPCA actually does a community pantry. So if you're struggling and you go into the shelter and you say, I'm going to have to surrender my dog or my cat because I can't feed it, then they say, no, you don't have to do that. Here's food.
That's awesome. That's awesome, and a lot more of that is needed for sure.
Yeah. So the community pantries are a really
That's
good source.
that
Yeah.
that's definitely something that we're looking to contribute to as well.
Yeah. Anything that you could do like that would be really good and get your name out there as well. But that's fantastic. So if someone tell us how someone can get onto the app and what they need to do if they want to book something.
Uh, so we're on iOS and Android. Pawzy.app is our website, and they can download the app there. And we're also going to be offering a little promo here for you, Val. Is
Awesome.
anyone that signs up, we're going to give you that promo code of I believe it's VTP, so that
I'll talk
people can
pets.
onboard and they get a little treat in their wallets once they sign up.
Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, that's amazing. Thanks for that.
For sure. For sure. Thanks for having me, Val. It's been great.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I'm so excited for you that you've been able to get this off and running and your dedication to for all of our family members with fur because we know how important it is, but we have to be able to do things too. We have to go out and have a life and go see things and travel here and there, and sometimes our pets can't come with us, but and also you're doing things like grooming, I saw.
Yes. Yes, we're doing grooming. We're doing part of the grooming, whatever the service provider offers as well, nail trimming, etc. That's all part of the app as well. Service providers can offer that on our app.
It's so amazing how comprehensive you have got this. That's just kudos to the two of you. What a great job. And I
Thank
really
you.
hope, yeah, I really hope this really explodes for you because I think you found yourself a really, really good thing. The fact that you can do this all over the world and join countries and across Canada as well. It's quite the thing that you have come up with. It really is.
I appreciate that, and I hope people take note and join our community, because at the end of the day, it is a community. We're trying to kind of like form this, let's say, mission of everyone that loves pets joins Pawsy.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Well, all they have to do is go to Pawzy, which is PAWZY.app, and they can get on that way, correct?
Correct. And
Okay.
it's also on Android and iOS, as I mentioned, and it's PAWZY.
Android and iOS, perfect. All right. Well, That's great. I would thank you so much for taking the time to do this today. And hopefully we can hear in the future how much you have gained other countries and things like that as well.
For sure, we'll definitely keep you in the loop, Val. And thanks again for having me.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. And thank you for that promo code. And I will have that in the conclusion for everyone as well. Well, thank you, Tanya. I appreciate everything that you have said. And we will definitely, as you say, keep in the loop.
For sure.
Okay.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome. Bye for now.
Bye.
Well, I would really like to thank Tanya from Pawzy for taking the time to talk with me. Her app set up to help pet parents to find the service providers they need is really what is needed in these busy times. The fact that you can communicate with and trust the service provider is so important, as we all know our fur kids deserve the best. Tanya has also generously offered Val Talks Pets community 100 Pawzy treats to use in-app for anyone who signs up through the link. Go to pawsy.app and sign up for your account. You'll get a pop-up for a code, so use Val Talks Pets 22. And remember, Pawzy is in other countries too, not just Canada. Thanks again to Tanya, and have a look through her app because, as I say, knowing is caring. Thank you for listening to Val Talks Pets. Please remember to follow and subscribe to ensure that you never miss an episode. To really help the show and make it easier for others to find, please rate and review each episode that you find interesting and helpful. And don't forget that you can also email me at val@valtalkspet.com with any topics that you would like me to address or with any questions you may have. Also, check out my website at valtalkspet.com for more information and cute pet pictures. Thanks for caring.